And welcome back to the C.S.S. podcast. I'm your host, Dave, along with Charlie and Sam. Hey, this is going to be our last show of 2022. We're taking a couple of weeks off, and we'll be back on January 8th. Our show tonight consists of the UC Bowl review, a quick look at the basketball that happened this past week. We'll talk instant reactions to the Bengals' victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Plus, our topic of the week is the Cincinnati Sports Scene End of the Year Awards. So go ahead and please hit that like, subscribe, turn on the notification button, and tell all your friends, family, and coworkers about the latest Cincinnati Sports Scene podcast. You can find us on all of your podcasting platforms, plus look for this episode airing on YouTube later this week. So, gentlemen, how was your week?
Pretty good.
Yep. So you're actually in town, aren't you, son?
Yeah, I'm in Northern Kentucky right now.
All right. How was the travel? How was the trip? I didn't see you when you dropped off
Oh,
the
it
dog.
was, it was fine. It's about as good as a 16-hour drive can be.
Yep. That is true. Made that many a time. So, good. Crawley, how about you? How was the visit with Mom?
It was good. Yeah, she's
all right.
We went Friday night. We went to a place called Ford's Garage restaurant over in Rookwood. Kind of a cool place, so recommend it.
All right. So, do you have any input on the Matt Rule hire, Nebraska there?
They're very wait and see these days with about everything. So it's based on how Nebraska's been the last 2 decades now. So they were excited about Scott Frost, and they were excited about whoever the guy was before that. So, yeah.
All right. Is anybody else hearing that echo, that delay?
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
I think it's your computer because you don't have headphones.
I wasn't doing it. It just now kicked on.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. So we got our producer here with us tonight, so he'll figure it out as we get going.
As long as he hit record.
Yeah, well, he did. He hit record, I hope. Yep, he's got it recorded.
Hey, I just want to mention, it was Dad over here who messed up the entire intro last week because I wasn't here to do it.
But no, Crawley went bye-bye. See, look what you did, Benj. You popped on, and Crawley's internet is all wonky. All right, well, we can't see Crawley, but can we hear you, Crawley?
No, I'm fine. I can see everything and hear everything.
Yeah, we got the big C.
You can see him.
We got a big C. Yeah, so well, we'll just get going.
Can you hear?
All right, let's go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear, but it has like this internet has just your C, and that's about it. But it could be
Sam. You can hear me or see me, Sam?
Yep, I see you just fine. So I don't know.
It's something on this end probably. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just roll with it, and we'll just hear you it'll be like somebody just speaking out of the wood. All right. Anybody? Let's go with basketball real quick. Anybody got anything they want to talk about basketball wise this week? Because if not,
I thought UC rebounded pretty well for their loss in the showdown or shootout there. Come back and get 2 wins. I mean, yeah, lesser quality opponents, but, still got 2 wins. And their offense looked real good against Miami. Anytime you can put up over 100, it doesn't really matter who you're playing against. It's high quality there. So I thought they rebounded well, so we'll see if they can keep that going.
Yeah, and I watched a little bit of the Xavier-Georgetown game, first Big East game, and my only recap, I mean, Xavier, Solely Boom was really good. I think he can score whenever he wants to, and so can Colby Jones. But what I just took away was like how far Georgetown has fallen. I mean, they're just not a very good basketball team anymore, and they're just not very good. Not from the Georgetown of my youth. So That's just the one thing that I've noticed, that they're just really bad.
Yeah, and I would just say with Xavier. Oh, yeah, I was going to say with Xavier, they're getting I think they have 5 players averaging double figures. So I mean, they're the fact that when you have that's pretty balanced. That's really balanced scoring, and I think that gives them a chance every game. Their defense isn't great, but offensively, it's pretty good at this point, this part of the season. So.
Yeah, I agree right there. They are very, very balanced on the offensive end. Anybody can go off and get you 20, 25 points a night. It just depends on if they want to attack with the bigs or if they want to attack with the guards. So I think Sean Miller is rounding. His team is rounding out, playing for March here. So it'll be exciting January, February, see what they can do in the Big East. All right, since that was real close, and I know you guys probably watched the World Cup, so we can talk on that briefly before we get into the bowl games. I forgot the World Cup was on, to be honest, and then I was scrolling through Twitter, and all of a sudden they said Mbappe, 2 goals within
90 seconds.
90 seconds. I went, oh, World Cup's on. I'll flip it on. And then I saw Mbappe with the penalty kick. That's when I turned it on to tie it up in extra time, and then the penalty kick.
Yeah. I was going to say, I haven't actually seen the game. I had to work this morning, so.
So don't spoil it for you?
You just told me more than I knew at this point, so.
Sorry.
I haven't recorded. I've watched the first 20 minutes so far.
That's coming from a non-soccer guy, so sorry.
You can probably skip to about minute 70, 75 in the match, and then you can pick it up from there. There wasn't too much action beforehand.
If you want to, you can mute yourself and turn off your speakers while we talk about it.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. Well, we won't dwell on that, even though it was a classic. So we won't spoil the outcome for Crawley, even though he probably already knows. But
yeah, I think I kind of know at this point. So not from this either, just emails and stuff. But
all right, let's talk about bowl week. The Bearcats but actually went to Fenway in the Wasabi Bowl to take on their rival Louisville, and it was an interesting game where they obviously Fenway Park is not as big as a lot of other made for baseball/football stadiums, and one of the uniqueness of things about Fenway Park is that both teams were on the same sideline. And I think it would have been pretty funny if Satterfield had to stand in the middle there, like in the 50-yard line, so each team could yell at them and stuff like that. I think that would have been something. I think every coach should do that. If they leave their team, they have to stand on the opponent, on the sideline, so that they can, hear it from their fans and from their, especially during bowl week. So, but the Bearcats they look bad. I'm sorry. My hot take is if they don't find a quarterback, they're gonna struggle in the Big 12. Louisville just ran all over them, 2 backs over 100 yards each, and Prater just looked horrible. I mean, he looked horrible out there. I hate to say that from a kid that I watched play, and he was, really, really good, but his throws were off. He wanted to take off running more than, going through his progressions, and Louisville just had his number. And going into the Big 12, if he's your number one, QB1,
especially losing your top 2 wide receivers, and they'll probably end up losing both their tight ends too.
Yep.
So yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it is.
It's a rough outlook.
And also, UC was hit hard by the lot of opt-outs and stuff, so that we had our best cornerback. He was in the transfer portal, so obviously he didn't play, and he went to Kentucky, I believe. So then it's it's just one of those games that we just were, hate to say it, I mean, they were outmanned. Louisville was more physical. Louisville seemed like they were ready to play, and Deion Branch outcoached Kerry Combs. So that's my take.
Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't see tons of it. I actually was at the Wyoming Finneytown girls basketball game at the same time. So
how was that?
Finneytown won. So
awesome.
Yeah.
First time in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, UC, it just, I mean, they lost. Obviously, I know they were down their top 2 tight ends, top 3 or 4 receivers. So that was obviously apparent. And the offensive line, I mean, a lot of the same issues they've had through, even beyond the, missing those players, a lot of the same issues were, to me, the 2 big issues of the year were their rush defense wasn't as good as it should be. And Louisville ran all over them. And their offensive line, I thought, should have been better. And Prater, I think, was sacked 7 times. So, but he threw 83 yards maybe for the game. And so, yeah, I mean, you're right. They got to figure out. I mean, just like every team, they got to figure out the quarterback question. There isn't a team out there that if they don't know who their quarterback's going to be, that's a good thing. So, they got 3. Who knows? I mean, Ben Bryant might be back. Prater, who knows what he's going to do? They got the highly rated recruit coming out of Michigan. As whether they would actually consider him coming in as a true freshman. So, I mean, there's options. Just matter if there's one great option, which is what they need. So, yeah. So it wasn't. I'm okay that I didn't really watch much of the game. So.
yeah, it was not pretty.
Like Lichtenberg or something.
Prater didn't start the second half. What's his name? Liechtenstein or something like that. I mean, yeah, some foreign country, small country in Eastern Europe or something like that. But he had one play and he fumbled the football, and that was the last time we saw him. So, but yeah, I think Satterfield has his work cut out for him. Hopefully he can recruit like he did at Louisville, because Louisville had a top 20 recruiting class coming into Louisville before he left. So I don't know where their class stands, but hopefully some of those players can come, and they might need to be looking for a quarterback in the portal. Unless Prater is going to be, he's going to have to develop a lot his throwing from now until camp starts in August. So hopefully he can, because I'd love to see a local kid do well on the big stage. But he's got some stuff that he has to work on.
See the rumor,
especially
this is not even really a rumor,
especially in the drop back.
They put that UC's on the list. Rumor: Coastal Carolina's quarterback is
Travis.
I assume he's going to Colorado.
I thought Travis
Jackson State guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought Travis
Hunter, Colorado. No, I don't think he's allowed yet. But
yeah.
But the Coastal Carolina quarterback just entered their transfer portal.
No, he's not. But
who knows what writer this was? But his 5 top guesses of where he would go, and UC was on the list. So, who knows? That was just some dude, I'm sure, who took a shot at it, kind of thing. So that'd be a good pickup, though. I mean, he's been super successful at a school, and UC would be a step up for him. So I'm sure he's trying to push himself. And the other good news is that that defense, the U of L defense, was Satterfield's recruits. I mean, so if they could play like that, then. And he's bringing his defensive coordinator, so that guy must be pretty decent. So that's some positive news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they. I know they were at Taft High School Thursday or Friday or something like that, and they offered a couple of kids who UC offered originally, and they said, they re-offered them, said, yeah, we still want you. So yeah, hopefully he can make that connection continue to make the connection, because he probably knows the Cincinnati coaches, high school coaches, Ohio high school coaches, just being close to Louisville, but then he also has the Kentucky connection and Southern Indiana connection, and hopefully, he can, bring some more talent to Clifton here this year. Okay, next up on the list, we're going to talk the Bengals victory 34-23. Did not start out that way. In fact, it was 17-3, and the Bengals looked really, really bad in the first half. Everything that could go wrong did. I was a little nervous about this game, especially with all the players being out on the defensive side of the ball for the Bengals. I thought, well, Tom Brady could have a field day, and it looked like in the first half he was having a field day with the Bengals. And finally, Lou made the adjustments, and they got more pressure on Brady, especially up the middle. And that's where, with Brady and Manning and quarterbacks that aren't real mobile, you got to come right up the gut, because that first half, Brady was just sitting back there and just picking us apart. And they were doing things that we allowed them to do. And our offense couldn't stay on the field. And it was just another thing. But overall, the second half, we made our adjustments. We came out and took advantage of, 4 miscues in the third quarter there. And that really changed the game. So, hats off to the Bengals defense and the offense for, doing what they needed to do to win the ball game. So kudos.
Yeah, I thought, the second half adjustments that Lou's able to make, it's the past, really started the second half of last season and this year. I mean, they're best second half team in football. It'd be nice to consistently have good, first half starts, but even when you're down 17-0, you don't feel like you're out of it, because you feel like they're going to make the adjustments, at least on the defensive end, and the defense will keep them in the game, and hopefully the offense can bring them back. And that's exactly what happened today. I mean, the Bucs had that failed fake punt there that Giovanni Bernard just didn't know was a fake, I guess.
The only person that really needed to know did not know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you see Tyler Boyd go up to him.
Yeah, pat him on the butt and thank you,
bud.
Yeah. And then, I mean, that kind of kicked off the turnover train there. I think it was 3 more straight possessions where the Bucs turned over, and then Brady had another pick on top of that. So, I mean, when you're playing in basically when you're getting the ball basically in the red zone, when you're first starting on offense, you better be able to come back from a 17-point deficit, or I guess 14-point deficit, and put on some points, which they were able to do. And then they were able to drag out the W. So that's encouraging.
Right.
Yeah. It hasn't worked.
Yeah. Yeah. And Nance was like, it wasn't as pretty. And then what? You talk, yeah. You talk about the slobber fest that Romo and Nance had for Brady and the Bucks in the first half. Tom Brady, it was just like, come
Yep.
on, shut up, you know. Oh yeah, I know, but geez, old Pete, it was just disgusting. But then, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, oh,
Tua.
Talupo, not
Tupelo.
Tupo. Oh, Trey Flowers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. Oh, yeah, yep. That's good. Yep. Yeah, and the one team that did not squeak out a win was the New England Patriots. I don't know if you saw the
Yeah.
ending of that. Holy cow! What in the world? Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was just and that's who our opponent's going to be next week. So we're going to go into New England, and they're going to be reeling off of that bonehead play, and who I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're trying to razzle dazzle and maybe catch them off guard, but Mac
There was no.
Jones, yeah, yeah. Was He's going to he was going to chuck it forward. Yeah, he's going to chuck it forward. I know, but they're going to chuck him forward, man. It's like that's out of that Matt Patricia playbook. Oh my God. Yeah, he's cut. He's going to find his own flight home from Vegas, man. Right? So Belichick is probably. I would love to see the shot of Belichick.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw how the Raiders tied it up, but the TD catch was not a catch. He
Really?
was out of bounds. He did not get his feet down. So that's just a brutal loss for the Patriots.
But they had to review that though. So
they did, but they still got it wrong. I mean, it was clear as day. He did not get the catch. So tough. I'm not gonna feel bad for the Patriots or any Patriots fans, but it's a tough day for them.
So, sorry, Phil. I'm talking Phil Farr. Can't wait to hear his reaction tomorrow at school. Because he also had the double whammy, because he's a big Brady fan and the Pates. So yeah, so he's probably not coming in. He's calling in sick tomorrow, knowing him. All right. Anything else about the week that was? Anything that we didn't hit? Yep, the 21st. Yep, yeah. That is. And the only other thing is, I know Miami lost a heartbreaker to UAB, 2-yard line. I mean, I watched most of that game, and wow. Well, when I got home from school, because it was Friday, and then, Miami was up, and UAB came storming back, and it was a heartbreaker right there. But it is what it is. So, all right, we're going to move into our trivia and then our drink review. Anybody drinking anything out there tasty? No.
Nope.
No. 50 West, 50 West. Nice. I've got a Guinness, just a nice smooth drinking Guinness. So, all right. So now we're gonna do our little trivia, and once again, if you think you know the answer and would like to shoot us an email, you can do so at csspodcast@yahoo.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram or Twitter at Cincy Sports Scene, and you can leave a message for us. And if you are one of the few that get our trivia questions correct, we will send you a Cincinnati Sports Scene sticker, and wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All that good stuff. All right. So, Sam, I believe did you have last week's?
Yeah, I did.
Trivia? All right.
Yeah,
go
so
ahead.
it was a little World Cup trivia. So the question was, there have been 22 official FIFA World Cups, and only one country has qualified and played in all 22. Who was that country? And the answer was Brazil. They're the only country to have played in all 22 World Cups.
Yeah, that was pretty easy for those people out there.
It should have been, if you had to guess, that should have been one of your first guesses.
Yep. All right, so I have this week's trivia question, and this is a little baseball question. Tony Gwynn faced Greg Maddux, Pedro Martinez, Tom Glavine, and John Smoltz a combined 323 times. How many strikeouts did he have? Once again, Tony Gwynn faced Greg Maddux, Pedro Martinez, Tom Glavine, and John Smoltz 323 times. How many strikeouts did he have?
Knowing Tony Gwynn, it's probably, I'd venture a guess in the single digits. But I couldn't be for certain. Because I think there was a stat out there that I saw with Maddux. It was like 2 or 3 times against Maddux. So maybe adding those up, I'd say it's in single digits.
All right. All pretty good guesses. So if you think you know it, and once again, you can email us here at csspodcast@yahoo.com or on Instagram. Just shoot us a text on Instagram / Twitter at Cincy Sports Scene with your answer or your guess. And we'll let you know probably in 2 weeks, January 8th. So we'll have to remember that. All right. So now we are moving into our topic of the week, which is the Cincinnati Sports Scene End of Year Awards Special. And what we did, we came up with a list of about 12 categories, and we were trying to figure out who from the Cincinnati area, our sports teams, fit the criteria. And so we'll just go through our list here, and we'll talk about it, and then maybe come up with the Cincinnati Sports Scene overall award for someone or some team. So let's I'll read the categories here real quick. There's 12 of them. The best team, of the year, the best performance by a team or an individual, the coach of the year, the play should have been play. I actually had player of the year, but it should be play of the year, the executive of the year, the clutch performance of the year, the rookie of the year, the most outstanding player, the fan or fans of the year, the bonehead play or player of the year, injury of the year, and best supporting player. And this goes from January 1 of 2022 to today, December 18th. I know we have, 14 more days or 12 more days, 13 more days in December, but we're not going to be with you. So we're going to cut it off on the 18th of December. So best team, who wants to go first? Yeah, I don't know. How do you guys want to do this? You want to like everybody read their best team and then we can figure out who,
as a collective,
sort of like what we did last week.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. And we got our producer here. He's going to be writing. Yeah, we got to spell him again. So, but, all right. What'd you get for the best team?
Take the difficult ones to spell.
Okay. I'll give one and see if Sam and I have the other two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Sam?
Yeah, it wasn't the Reds, that's for sure. But yeah, I had the Bengals as well.
Yeah, I had the Bengals as well. Plus, I had another one, so I put FC Cincy because they, made the playoffs this year. So I thought they did well.
Yeah. Last place, dead last.
Last place. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, good.
Thinking outside the box there, Crawley.
Yep. That's good. All right. So collectively, who do we want to go with?
It's the Bengals, I think.
Think the Bengals?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go Bengals then. Okay. Best performance by a team or individual? Sam, who do you get? Or
So, like, as far as like the whole year or like an individual game?
Best performance by a team. I would say individual performance. I mean,
So
the best overall. Yeah. I went like a game.
Yeah, I put both down. Mixon's 5 TD game. I can't remember the last time someone scored that many TDs. I know Marvin Jones had a 4 TD game, probably close to 10 years ago at this point. But Mixon's 5 TD game, I think that was really impressive for me.
Yeah. I went with Chase against Kansas City, January 2nd. He had 266 yards, 3 TDs. And I think, coming out of the second half there where he makes that touchdown and, running through the defense, that sort of propelled us to, moving forward. So that's who I had.
Yeah, I'm going to amend my answer. I kind of forgot that game happened this year. It was in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking up. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of Burrow's game against Baltimore last year, but that was December 31st.
So that was the December game. Okay.
Yeah, it was December game. It's like, dang, because that would have been tough, the 525 or whatever it was. But the Chase, I think we good with that. Is that everybody want to go with the Chase?
Yeah, I agree.
Right, so congratulations to Chase for best performance by a team or individual. Yay. All right, now we're going to go with yes. Now we're going to go with Coach of the Year. I had two, and and I did not. Gosh, come on, Crawley. I was going to go with the hitting coach, Alan Zitner. Yes. But no, I think I'm going to go with Lou, Sweet Lou, just because of his second half adjustments and just getting the no-name Bengals defense playing, all-star caliber. So that's who I'm going to go with. But I do have another one. But we'll see what you all come up with.
Yeah, I mentioned Sweet Lou, but I actually put Pat Noonan coming in first year, literally taking the worst team in MLS for 3 straight years and taking them to the playoff and winning a playoff game. I think that's an even better turnaround than what Zach Taylor was able to do. But I have no problem going with Sweet Lou either. So second half Lou.
Yeah, I had Pat Noonan down as well as my second one. So who do we want to go with? I mean, that's probably a toss-up, right? I mean, do we go Coach of the Year? I mean, okay.
I think we go the guy who's actually in charge, which would be Pat Noonan. But
Lou's in charge of the defense.
Oh, yeah, but he's not in charge of the whole
but
team.
He's not in charge. Yep. All right. You okay with that, Crawley? Pat Noonan? Yeah. Are you? Okay. All right. So congratulations. Oops. Hey, there we go. Congratulations to Pat Noonan of FC Cincinnati. Well, then you get ready for it. All right. Yes. We're going to go with the play of the year play of the year. Sam, what do you have? Oh, it's your turn.
Go ahead, Crawley.
Yeah, it is your turn. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crawley. Yeah, we are. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in a similar vein. Not that play, but I said that Jermaine Pratt interception to steal first playoff victory of any Cincinnati professional team in my lifetime. So it just holds a little bit extra weight for me since that was, literally the first ever playoff victory that I've seen, and that just helped seal it. So that's where I go on that one.
Man, dude, so let's see here. I think so. I had the Money Mac one. I had Chase's touchdown run against Kansas City, but I think I'm going to lean towards another one. in the Kansas City game. And I just think, that just set, right there at the end of the half. And, I bash this guy constantly, and I'm going to give him a little love here. But Eli Apple's stop on Tyreek Hill there when Kansas City was going down to try to score a touchdown right before halftime to go up even bigger. And Eli Apple stops Tyreek Hill on the 1, and that sort of just flipped Uncle Mo. So I'm going to give a shout out to Eli, even though, I've bashed him numerous times on this show. So I just want to reciprocate that love to him. So that's that's the play for me. Yeah. All right. So we got 3. You got any more, Crawley, you said? You got. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the other one I was going to mention. So
I didn't have that on, but
maybe there was there like a nice diving catch by anybody on the Reds this year? Give some positive mention to the Reds.
Nope. Play of the year. Might have been that foul ball that was caught by a fan holding the baby.
Let's give it to that fan. Yeah, that was good.
I had Money Max on as well, so I mean I think that's the one. Just because he was clutch pretty much all postseason, and I just think that kicking the field goal to win it, send them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good one. We can go with that one.
You good? Thumbs up or thumbs down? All right. Money Max leg. Hopefully it's insured. All right, now here comes some fun ones. Executive of the Year. And we know where we're not going with that. But we could. Yes. So, yep, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to 2 choices. But I'm going to go with Duke Tobin and kind of whoever is running the Bengals operation. They shored up the offensive line. It wasn't great to start out the season, but they're gelling now and they're really clicking. They're playing a lot better, and adding key pieces on the defense. And if you kind of take it back even into last year, where they really added key pieces on the defense, they've put together a nice stretch here. They've had good drafts, so I'm going with I guess Duke Tobin's kind of the face of it, so we'll give it to Duke Tobin.
That's who I had as well. I had Duke Tobin. So yep, Frolic.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so player personnel, Duke Tobin, Cincinnati Bengals. Congratulations. All right, next one, number 6, clutch performance of the year. Clutch performance of the year. Who do we got? Sam, is it your turn or my turn?
It's your turn.
My turn. All right. Well, probably going to go with I got Money Mac, his clutch performance to send us to the AFC championship game and also winning the AFC championship game. So, like right before he went out, he made that comment, looks like we're going to go to the AFC championship game, and he kicked the field goal to beat Tennessee. So that to me, big clutch performance. Yeah, good one.
Yeah, I had the Bengals defense also. Second half AFC Championship game and kind of the whole Tennessee game really keeping us in with how bad the offense was that game. They were, I mean, you try and limit clutch to kind of end of the game, kind of late game situations, but they kind of needed to be that whole Tennessee game to keep us in. They were essentially in fourth quarter mode. We got to get a stop. So even taking it back a game prior, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals defense, playoff defense.
All right, so we need to vote. Bengals defense. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's mark it down.
All right,
we can take it and put it second half Chiefs if you want, or whole playoffs or whatever you guys want to do.
Bengals defense. Oh shoot! I mean, I think they've been coming up clutch all year. I mean,
that's true. Even
all
taking
2022. So, so yeah, I think Bengals defense. So congratulations to the Bengals defense. All right, rookie of the year.
Yes, I know how to spell that. Thank you very much.
He just put Ben, D, and then he drew a fence.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I did get my education from the same place that you two teach at. Let's not forget that. So
I have nothing to do with grammar. It's all about addition and subtraction. 2 + 2 is 4. I scored a goal. That's 2 or 3. So, all right. So, rookie of the year, Carly. Who do you got? Or it could be new. I mean, I should have said newcomer rookie, right? So somebody new to the scene, first year player here in Cincinnati. Not a rookie. You know, I did. Okay. I mean, we could change it, but I mean, that's what I mean, now that I'm thinking of it, I was like, ooh, it's pretty hard to come up with a rookie. But yeah, it's good. I have one. Yep. Go ahead. All right. Sam?
Yeah, I had Alexis Diaz as well. And then I kind of just said the trio of red starters there with Ashcraft, Lodolo, and Green. I don't think that they deserve to win it, but I think that they should at least get mentioned. I thought they pitched all right for being rookies, especially Ashcraft. He kind of came out of nowhere. And then I also had Salentano as well. And I can't remember if this season was Brandon Vasquez's first year with FC Cincinnati, or if he was here last year as well. But I can't remember. He was, okay. So then, yeah, he doesn't qualify.
I had Alexis Diaz as well for my rookie of the year. I thought his performance there wasn't even supposed to make the team out of spring training, and just solidified the back end of the bullpen. And I think, going into this year, that's one positive that we have. We know that he's probably our back end guy, and if a couple of other guys can come back from injury, Antone and Lucas Sims, we should have a pretty good 7, 8, 9 combination there. Now, if we can just get to them, that's another story. But that's who I had. Yeah, I mean, if I were going to, I could have had Cam Taylor-Britt as well. I thought he's coming along really nicely, but he hasn't played a ton since he was injured to start the year. So, but I think, he's turned into real nice cornerback. Hopefully that the injury looked like his shoulder tonight isn't serious, and he'll be back next week. Because losing. We'll get one red. All right, red. So congratulations to Diaz for the Reds. Yay, the Reds made it on our list. To the Mets. Yep. All right, so now we're going to go with most outstanding player. Sam, you're up.
Most outstanding player to me was Joe Burrow. Kind of think quarterback drives everything. I guess the playoff stretch he wasn't necessarily the best, but he was still most important and kind of the key guy. And then this year I think he should be in the MVP conversation. I know he won't because of the narratives. He didn't get off to the hot start that Hurts and Mahomes do, but he should be at least mentioned in the conversation. So I've got Joe Burrow.
Yep, I have Joe Burrow as well. I think just his moxie and his makeup and his confidence. That just is one of those things that you can't. What do you want to call it? You can't overlook the intangibles and just his ability to be relaxed and calm in a situation that is just something playing quarterback in the NFL. And there are times playoff games, right? 7 sacks, 9 sacks. It's like, what do you do? And we still had a chance if we would have double teamed Aaron Donald, triple teamed Aaron Donald, if he could have got that throw off the chase, and, we'd be singing a different tune, I guess. The national media would be singing a different tune to Burrow. So that's who I got, Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he did not win the Heisman, or not the Heisman, but Mr. Ohio football. Yeah, Division I guy out of I think the team that beat Moeller. Yeah. The team that's I don't know. But yeah, the guy had 3,000 some yards as well.
According to the OHSAA, the school is Hoban, and the player is Lamar
Sperling. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they don't hardly ever give those awards to anybody that's not D1 or D2, especially Mr. Football or Mr. Basketball. I think LeBron's the only Mr. Basketball that wasn't a D1 or D2 guy.
Yeah. And so did Mark Edwards out of Norwood. He was a D1. The guy Corey Kleiner.
So it's more popular in football maybe than it is for basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, I won't say it, but I won't say it. All right, so let's give a round of applause, Joe Burrow, Joey Cool, for winning the most outstanding player. All right, fans of the year. I had two. Yep, I had two. I had the FC Cincinnati fans, the Bailey, those guys just rocking and rolling. I thought maybe moving into the new stadium, it wouldn't be as quaint and fan friendly as, Nippert with the march and all that stuff. But I mean, these fans, you can't, you cannot not tip your hat to them. Those fans were they showed up, right? I mean, they showed up. They'll always show up. And unlike our other Cincinnati sports teams fans, when the going gets tough, we sort of boycott and don't show up. But FC Cincinnati fans, it came all 3 years that they've been in the MLS and packing the place. So hats off to them.
Yeah, that's what I had as well. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
We just go.
I jumped it.
It was probably.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, and I had them as well. That place gets rocking and rolling. And even I know technically it wasn't 2022, but the U.S.-Mexico game, a lot of Cincinnati people showed out for that and, provided a great atmosphere for that game as well. I definitely think it's the FCC fans.
All right. Little tip to the blue and orange, FC Cincinnati. Oh, now the fun one. Either the Bonehead play or player of the year. Wah, wah, wah. You only have one? Only one, huh?
That's a shocker.
Oh. Every name on the Reds roster.
This is what the fans were most excited to hear.
Right. So congratulations, Nick Kroll. Nope, but the play is let's just go home. All right. Who do you have, Sam? Yeah, that's right.
Mine was any shovel pass. Just straight up. You can pick. I think there's been 3 or 4 of them. Pick either one of them. None of them have worked. I just pick any one of them. And then I had the quote also. Where are you going to go? So I had that as kind of bonehead quote of the year as well. So.
All right. So yes, I had two, and they were both ding 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 from the Cincinnati Reds. The first one was Kung Fu fighting Tommy Pham, slapping the guy out in the outfield over a fantasy football. What a bonehead play. Suspend. Hurt your team. Come on, Pham. But no, you got to tough. Whatever, fantasy football. Yeah. Way to go, Tommy Pham. And then I had Son of Bob for his comments. Where are you going to go to really solidify the start of the year, drunk. It's like Peyton Manning, he went on air when the Colts had that one kicker and he kept missing field goals to lose the game. And he's like, and then the kicker comes out, and he goes, we got our kicker, being liquored up, coming out on TV, giving interviews, and hence, Son of Bob comes out and says what he says to, put a damper on the start of the season. And, after we had a great opening weekend going 2-2 versus the Atlanta Braves, and we're like, hey, this could be, wow, and then, the curse of SOB says, where are you going to go? So apparently not to the ball games and not in first place. So those are my two. Well, that is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, anything involving the Reds was just boneheaded.
So do we have a player, or do we just want to go collectively the 2022 Cincinnati Reds season?
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
And then in parentheses, front office ownership.
Where are you going to go? We can only go up from here, right? So congratulations to the entire Cincinnati Reds organization, the Boneheads of the Year award. All right. I think we might have another Red on this list here, but we got Injury of the Year. So Sam?
Yeah, I couldn't really think of any that were like, wow, that really sticks out. But to me, it's kind of another Tyler Stevenson concussion. Just kind of puts it on the radar of how long is he going to be the Reds' number one catcher? When are they going to, or when or if are they going to move him to first base or left field or anything like that?
Yeah, I had two. Well, really one, and then a shout out. But Tyler Stevenson, when he went down for the last time, the broken clavicle, that sort of just, it's like he was their one gleaming hope, and he's nowhere there. And then you get a $1.15 from your catchers instead of the 309 that you were having from him. And of course, you got to go with Joey Votto as a shout out, just because the old man shoulder rotator cuff, and could be it. So, but mine is Tyler Stevenson's injury. All right. No, it wasn't. He was trying to put Tyler as well, but as came to ass. Tyler's ass well. So way to go, son. Appreciate that. All right, and the last one. Applause for Tyler's injuries. Good job, Tyler. And then the last one is our best supporting player. And I am going to go with DJ Reader. I just think he doesn't get enough credit for what he does for that Bengals line. And I mean, it's evident, the stat you said last week, Sam, when he was out, opposing teams were running 4.6, 4.7 yards a carry. And then once he's back, they're under, 3.5, 3.4, something like that. So almost a whole yard different. And, I think he is what a best supporting player is. He's not flashy. He just does his job and does it very well. Yeah.
Yeah, Reader was my main guy as well for all the reasons that have been mentioned. Pace was an honorable mention, and then so was Lucho Acosta there as well with the 19 assists. Better way to support an attack by providing all of those assists.
All right, so DJ Reader.
I think it's DJ Reader.
I think DJ Reader for best supporting player of the year. Congratulations to DJ. All right. That wraps up our end of the year awards for Cincinnati Sports Scene Podcast. We just want to thank everybody for listening for this year, and just want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And we are going to be off until January 8th. And unless there is some breaking news, and then we might pop in for a quick, 5-10 minutes of emergency podcast for breaking news. And when we come back January 8th, what we are going to be recapping is our topic of the week will be our preseason Bengals predictions. We'll recap that, revisit those to see, what we said versus what actually happened for the Bengals. And then the NFL playoff preview. We'll see by then. We should know, hopefully, all the playoffs and who's playing where, and we can maybe make a prediction of that. So, gentlemen, you got anything for the good of the order?
Go ahead, Ed.
No, go ahead.
I have one more kind of award here, kind of an internal between us three comparison of the year. When you compared Zach Carter to Aaron Donald, that was top tier. So,
hey, the verdict's still out. Okay, it's still out. I mean, we've got to give. He's going to get some playing time now, so we'll see what he can do. So we'll see, but yes, that could go down as one of the greatest predictions ever.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Sports Podcast.
McShay might start hitting you up, asking for your comparisons. So.
That's right. Never know. So, but other than that, we'll, we just want to wish you all a great holiday, and thanks for listening. And once again, just hit that like, give us a 5-star review. Send us your questions or topics for topic of the week, and we might use one or two. So until then, this is C.S.S. signing off, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everybody.
See you.